Welcome to your daily dose of anti-Gypsy content. When it comes to the Dee Dee Blanchard case, people will make every excuse for Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Oh, she was abused. Right. So even if she was abused, which I personally don't believe she was abused by her mom, Dee Dee, I believe that she was spoiled rotten by Dee Dee. But let's say even if she was, that does not mean that she should only do 8.5 years in prison and then get out and become a social media influencer. Okay. Another personal favorite of mine is, oh, but she's not the one that actually drove the knife into Dee Dee's back. She didn't do the actual K word. Excuse me? How can you not understand that if a person has the ability to manipulate and plan and organize something out themselves without actually getting their hands dirty is much, much more dangerous, which is why they usually get more time, but not in this instance. So let's read about it. The mastermind of a murder is often considered more dangerous because they demonstrate premeditation, calculation, and lack of impulsive emotion, indicating a higher potential for reoffending and strategic harm. Unlike impulsive killers, masterminds often exhibit psychopathic and narcissistic traits, enabling them to plan, control, and evade detection. Okay, so we're still not convinced why the mastermind is more dangerous. Premeditation and calculation. Masterminds plan crimes carefully to avoid law enforcement, often removing the murder weapon and managing the scene to minimize evidence. And what did Gypsy do? She definitely removed that murder weapon, so much so that she put it in the mail and sent it to another state. Then we have high recidivism risk because their actions are not driven by a temporary passion or rage, but rather a calculated, persistent desire. They are more likely to reoffend. Power and control. Masterminds often derive satisfaction from orchestrating the killing, which provides a sense of power. And let us not forget psychopathic traits. They frequently display narcissistic or psychopathic traits, allowing them to manipulate others into acting on their behalf without remorse. Yeah. In contrast, the actual perpetrator, while having committed the act, may act on impulse or in a flash of rage, making them potentially less strategic in the criminality, although still dangerous. Yeah, dangerous because they have the ability to be manipulated by someone else to do whatever they ask. There are several cases that come to mind when we think about how the mastermind was more dangerous than the perpetrator. A big one that gets thrown around is Charles Manson, but I want to talk about another one. Now, most of these cases are murder for hire, but not this one. We have Ken and Barbie, Carla Homolka, and Paul Bernardo. While Paul was a violent sadist who committed brutal murders in Canada during the early 1990s, many analysts view Carla Homolka, his wife and accomplice, as equally or more dangerous. That is because Homolka manipulated the legal system to secure a plea deal by claiming she was a coerced victim. Sound familiar, Gypsy Rose Blanchard? While later evidence suggested she was an active, willing participant who planned the abduction and rugging of the victims, including her own sister. Wow, am I having deja vu? You mean to tell me that there's another case where they manipulated the system for a plea deal and then all this evidence came out later? The only difference is people are not celebrating Carla Homolka. Yeah, so Carla pled to manslaughter and she only did 12 years. And did we see her come out and try to be famous on social media? No, she took her W and went back behind the scenes like a normal fucking person. And even to this day, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is still manipulating innocent bystanders to do her bidding, whether that's her supporters, whether that's her family, or these people that she calls friends on social media. I just don't understand how you guys don't see that you're being manipulated. Now, with these two, it really makes you go, who's the biggest psychopath? Who's more narcissistic? Who's better at manipulating their viewers or people in real time? With these two, we know what Gypsy Blanchard is capable of, okay? Gypsy is capable of going all the way. And what Natalie did, convincing a person that couldn't swim to jump into the lake for $20, if it's real, but what Natalie did does not even begin to compare to offing your own mother. Who do you guys think was the top dog between Natalie and Gypsy, or was there a constant struggle for that power? So I've got another video that I'm working on. I don't know if I'll get it out today. And I think on my live, we're going to do Gypsy Blanchard on my live tonight at 10 Central. And can you guys please like, comment, do all the things to help boost engagement to get more views? I would really appreciate it. The Grift train out.